Has to be addressed because it is really late in the hour. I mean, there are people talking about. I'm talking about people where I go. If I go over here, I go over there in the public sphere, places like the gym that's saying that we're at the last of the last days. I mean, we're getting ready to get off this ride if you're saved. I hope so. I hope there's a rapture. Some of you out there, bitch land says there's no rapture. I don't care. Whatever. I'd like to believe but maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe Lou Ferrig knows. Just get me off this ride. I don't want to die. I'm not depressed or anything. I just want to get off this, out of this insane asylum that we find ourselves in, this clown world. Remember the drone sightings over New Jersey? Remember that? Like fallish to winter of 2024? Yeah. Remember that? Well, we had the mysterious drone sightings back then, and now we have, well, warnings that the left coast is going to be attacked by some Iranian drone mothership. All right, so it looks like that all that drone shit, just like other channels were talking about, was just a training session to see how these drones work en masse, and to scare people, and to cause a mystery, and also to unleash on America. That's what it looks like. And they're going to blame Iran, but is it really Iran? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Is it Israel? Is their own government? I could buy that more than anything else. Don't forget your own government out there. Not just America, but all around the world, these New World Order governments, and there were very few that didn't go along with it, and the ones that didn't go along with it, well, I think they got what fur by the New World Order, except for Sweden. But there were quite a few. There were some countries out there that didn't go along with the Punjab 1984 jabs. I think there was even an African president that was assassinated because he didn't want to go along with the vaccine, something like that. But by and large, most countries were New World Order infiltrated or tried to poison their own citizens. So why wouldn't you think your own country, like all these New World Order POSs in our own country, the U.S., wouldn't unleash drones to cause chaos, mayhem, and depopulation, and then blame it on Iran to get the Americans to be in support of the war? I have this conversation with people, and there's people that they're really into politics. But they don't think that their own government would actually do such a thing. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you JKing me? Listen, these NWO POSs are gonna try to get their way any way they can. Fake alien invasion. Try to get Trump. Of course, it'll be a faux assassination. It won't be real. I don't believe it'll be real at all. But it'll perception's reality. They're going to make it look like they got Trump once and for all. They tried the first time, I think, was it in the golf course or something like that? Then in Butler, Pennsylvania, with the ear thing. And then they're probably going to go for, getting him out of the presidency hastily to make it look like he was deleted once and for all. That's what it looks like. That's word out in the street. What better way? What better way to cause chaos? What better way to get patriots, the ones that pressed the button or clicked for Trump? What better way? And I did. I ain't gonna lie about that. People know that and followed me for years. Am I into politics now, bitch? Would you fucking thumbs down shit? No. I see it for what it is. I don't believe it's gonna be a real offing of T-Man, but it doesn't matter. Perception's reality. And so they're trying to spark civil unrest, and they want to get patriots off their rusty dusties to take to the streets and act a fool and cause mayhem and be pissed off once and for all and say we've had enough. I'm not participating in any of that because I see this for what it is. But you got millions out there who don't see this for what it is. If they see that their president was assassinated, that'll probably be the final straw. Or at least that's what probably this New World Order deep state is hoping for, right? So anyway, that's likely to happen, and there are people talking about that. Oh yeah, they're probably going to get Trump and go after him and get him once and for all, right? You got libtards constantly calling for that. I think you even had a teacher who just lost her job because these friggin' libtard teachers don't learn, saying something to do with Iran and wish that Trump got deleted. So it's been a lot of rhetoric with Kathy Grapefruit Griffin holding up the head. Snoop Doggy Dogg did that rap video showing a Trump character, or it's supposed to be Trump getting assassinated. And now I hear that Snoop Dogg's now palsing around with Trump. So, something's going to go down, all right? Something's going to go down. And then you got this fucking damn, supposed to be an Iranian ship off the coast or whatever, Mothership, with tons of drones to swarm everywhere and kill Americans. I got to talking to people about this at, actually an Australian guy too, that loves America. He loves Georgia. And I got to talking about this drones being unleashed on the left coast by Iran. He says, there's no way in hell that would work because he named a Gatlin, I think, machine gun of some sort on ships that could like, and like, kind of like birdshot, take down drones real fast, all over the place. He says that would never happen. That's where I differ or depart from the conversation. I'm like, you don't think they'll allow a drone attack to happen? Are you JKing me? Come on, man. Come on. They got to get that depopulation thing going. They got to get Americans to support this fake Iran war. I don't even think it's really happening. Just like all this shit, Ukraine's not really. I don't believe in Ukraine's happening. No, I went over that. People out there, normies, could think what you want to think. When you talk like that, when you say, if I say to someone, a normie, it's not Ukraine's. It's not really a war. It's a psychological operation. I mean, there's actual video game footage that even a news outlet in France showed. It's trying to pass it off as a Ukraine war. This is facts, man. So it's like wag the dog is what's out there. That's what's out there. Wag the dog. Wag the dog. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, as they say, if you know, you know. But if you don't, you don't. But you could know if you go check out Wag the Dog. It's a damn good movie. I went and saw it in the theater as soon as it was released. In December of 2024, a strange story began circulating about mysterious drones flying over New Jersey. Soon after, a claim surfaced that Iran had positioned a mothership off the East Coast. Remember that? Do you remember that? All the drones flying around in New Jersey, and then soon after that, they said that there was an Iranian mothership off the East Coast. If you don't remember that, I know I do. I remember that crap because I talked about that. I even made fun of it. And so, soon after the December drone in New Jersey, a claim surfaced that Iran had positioned a mothership. But that quote's mothership. I was like, what is this, a UFO, but it's a ship? Because mothership, when you think of mothership, you think of UFO mothership, right? Even though UFOs don't exist. But they were saying this. I said, what is a UFO, Iranian mothership? What is it? I even laughed at it. So remember back then they said there was an Iranian mothership off the East Coast launching drones towards the United States. They said this. The story spread quickly. The headlines ran with it and social media exploded. But within days, the Pentagon, flatly denied it. Satellite imagery showed Iranian drone ships still sitting near Iran and not off our East Coast. And the entire narrative faded quickly. Nevertheless, back then they did try to claim that Iranian ships were ready-to-release drones were off the East Coast soon after the New Jersey sightings. It wasn't true, but now they're saying, well, they'll be on the left coast. It's like they were prepping us or getting us accustomed to a drone ship or drone ships off the East Coast, and then it was dispelled. All right, there were no Iranian mother drone ships or ready-release drones off the East Coast. But they wanted to get that, by repeating the same theme over and over again. And then finally, when it does appear, people are like, oh, yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, look. And people get like numb to this shit, desensitized. They keep talking about this. Something like that. Anyway. So this drone ship, Iranian drone ships, is back in the news cycle. Except now it's being discussed in connection with a potential Iranian drone attack on California. I beg to differ. I don't think it's just California. I think it's the whole left coast. And even then some. Alright? It's saying that this potential is quite real, that the left coast, California in particular, would be attacked from a vessel offshore releasing massive amounts of drones. And the drones could come in all sizes, I guess, and shapes. They could be as big as I think an airliner, something close to that. And then, the small, annoying types. Lots of drones everywhere. And at first glance, it sounds like the same rumor already recycled again. Nothing to see here. They already said there was a mothership off the East Coast that turned out to be a nothing burger. So now they're saying on the West Coast, people are like, nah. I heard that story before. Catch you off guard. Right? Desensitize you to the point that you don't even pay much attention or much mind to this, and then it really happens. Even if you were on guard, how the hell are you going to defend yourself against a drone attack anyway by the New World Order? And the reality is more complicated than that. The difference today is that the concept of a drone mothership is not just theoretical. Iran actually built them, or so the story goes. Okay, or always remember, or so the story goes when I mention stuff like this. So cool your jets, trolls out there, and bitch ooh. Over the past 2 years, Iran has begun converting large commercial container ships into floating drone bases capable of launching unmanned aircraft from its own shores. One of the most notable examples is the Iranian naval vessel Iris. Iris. It's called the naval vessel called Iris Shahid Bagheri, a converted container ship outfitted with a drone runway. They love using container ships. The story goes, right? Like China has a bunch of container ships, but really they're going to open up and launch missiles. That never happened, right? I did videos on that, tons, but several of them. Showed you, I showed you the videos of them. It was like AI. Of films of how they would operate, and off the left, always off the left coast, mainly off the west coast, constantly. So anyway, we support. The story goes, we have an Iranian naval vessel called Iris Shahid Bagheri, which was a converted container ship outfitted with a drone runway, helicopter facilities, missiles, and electronic warfare systems. Iran cannot build a traditional aircraft carrier, so it built something cheaper and far more unconventional, a drone carrier. Why can't Iran build a traditional aircraft carrier? Again, articles written leaving me with questions, more questions than answers. Why? Why can't they? Why do they have to convert? Because they don't know how, or they don't have the resources? I don't get it. Anyway, they are saying that that these ships that they made are designed to stay at sea for extended periods of time, cargo ships, right? And launch surveillance drones or strike drones hundreds of miles from the launch point. So they can unleash drones to hundreds of miles inland from the drone vessel, or so the story goes. So this could have far-reaching implications, not just California or the left coast. It could go further into the interior of the United States, or so it seems, right? In military terms, this is called power projection, and it allows a nation with limited conventional naval power to extend its reach across entire oceans. So if these drones can go over entire oceans, these drones can go over the USA, not just the West Coast. Again, I do not believe it's Iran. If it's Iran, they're allowing it to happen. End of story. If it's legitimately Iran doing this, then Iran's allowed to do it. It's allowed. It's all being allowed. It's done on purpose. It's done on purpose. It's being allowed. But don't act like our government ain't in on this. I'm not saying I have to do this. I have to say this, bitch. I'm not saying the president knows that it's done on purpose, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Because you're gonna get I'll get a lot of Normans going, you think Trump will allow this? I'm not saying that, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Es posible. Es posible. I mean, who can I trust these days? Who? Woodsy Owl? Who? You know what I mean? It's like, I really don't trust anybody. You want to know that? In the political realm. I don't. I'm watching what's happening. I'm not seeing anybody get arrested. I haven't talked to, I talked to a guy now, again at the gym. He's a staunch Trump supporter. But even he's getting jaded. He's like, I'm done with this. No arrest. No arrest. Bill Gates hasn't been arrested. Nobody's arresting anybody. Oh, they'll arrest you peons out there, right? Us peons, if you breathe the wrong way. But other than that, ain't nobody getting arrested. The so-called upper echelon. It's just not happening, man. Take it for what it is. And just remember, just because the technology exists for drones to go far inland into America or any other country, to traverse the oceans and all that and attack, doesn't mean that this is actually going to happen. It doesn't. However, it could. Just understand that. This is the world we live in. A very uncertain world in a lot of ways. The United States monitors the world's oceans with satelloons, I should say, radar systems, and naval patrols. A large vessel approaching the American coastline would not go unnoticed, and drones entering U.S. airspace would trigger multiple detection systems. In other words, launching a drone attack on the U.S. mainland from offshore would be extremely risky and difficult to pull off without detection. That is why the 2024 New Jersey story collapsed so quickly. There was simply no evidence to support it, but that was then and this is now. I mean, yeah, it's going to be detected, but it's going to be detected by people that are getting attacked by it. And what are they going to do? Hold on, drones, you're attacking me. Let me get on the internet keyboard warrior and alert people on my shadow band account. Help! We're being attacked by drones over here in California. Oh yeah, I'm shadow banned, and the algorithms won't allow me. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So our systems, government systems, can detect it. Then what? What are you going to do about it then? What are you going to do then, huh? The damage is already done, is it not? Huh? I'm thinking so. Drones attacking America are unverified intelligence warnings rather than confirmed threats. Officials have said there's no evidence of an imminent attack. Don't you feel comfortable knowing that officials, the authority, said that there's no evidence of imminent attack? Don't you feel comfortable with that? I know I do. I can sleep better. Well, yeah, I'm going to sleep anyway, damn it. But I'm just saying, rest at ease. Officials said, hey, there's no evidence of these drone attacks. It's just, But yet, we could hit a school, killing elementary school girls in Iran, or so that story goes, right? Because we have outdated intelligence system or something. Oh, come on, man. Which way do you go, George? You went that way. Just know that this is the story out there. This is what they're talking about. It's possible that they're going to try to go, or get T-Man for the final time to cause the most epic, or try to cause the most epic uprising, so chaos would ensue, and then, well, problem, reaction, solution, New World Order style, or something like that. Let's take a look at this, because it is kind of sort of late.
Yeah, a lot of our common knowledge of drones comes from commercial or recreational use, like the ones we see all around town. But the founder of Digital Force Technologies really helped explain the range of drones that are out there, specifically the ones that would be used in a strike, potentially by Iran. The FBI is warning agencies across California of Iran's potential to strike the West Coast by launching drones.
The term drone has this huge spectrum of what they cover.
Justin McLaurin founded Digital Force Technologies in San Diego more than 2 decades ago, specializing in both drone and counter-drone technology. McLaurin explains the strike drones we're hearing about right now fall into 2 main categories.
Small, literally adapted hobby drones, fitted with a warhead, a very small warhead, and those can fly anywhere from 5 to maybe 25 kilometers. Then there's sort of the mid-size, the Shahed drone. The Shahed 136 has a wingspan of about 10 feet, and that's what's being used by Iran for larger strikes.
McLaurin says the smaller drones could take out a target like a pickup truck, while the larger drones could do much more damage.
And those are the ones that are taking out buildings, small facilities, things like that.
The FBI's bulletin noted Iran's plans to conduct this possible attack against unspecified targets in California and from an unidentified vessel off the coast. While the details have been vague, the news has put the state on high alert.
We've been working collaboratively through the SOC, which we established right after the war began, the State Operations Center, working with the Office of Emergency Service, but also work.
Is this fake news? Oh, it's Fox 5. Why are you showing Comrade Nuisance? Huh? Why are you showing this piece of crap? I talking about this asshole like 4 or 5 years ago. He was actually under Beijing Joe Biden's watch, actually arming the invaders. But I digress. This is a friggin' communist. This is a New World piece of crap. He's ruining California. Why are they even showing this bitch? You ain't trying to ward off nothing. Damn. You're trying to ward off goodness. That's about it, because you're evil.
Locally to make sure we transmit any information that we have received and we're aware of.
National security analysts we spoke with say the Iranian Navy's capabilities are minimal and that attempts to put drones on a vessel flying the flag of another country and crossing the Pacific would set off red flags.
The shock impact is more than the actual reality impact. There's dozens of technologies out there. We make some, other companies make them, that can detect and track this. So it is a threat that can be countered. This is tried and true technology. We operate overseas with our customers every day, taking down this type of threat. So that it's done here, now it just requires a different amount of coordination.
And it is worth noting both the San Diego Mayor's Office and San Diego Sheriff's Office released statements to us tonight saying they are working with local, state, and federal partners to monitor this situation, but they are not aware of any active threats at this time. Andrew, Maria.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Forget the sleeper cells. I like the way they're saying Iranian sleeper cells, as if there's no other countries with sleeper cells in America. This has been going on for, I think, decades. Sleeper cells. I could swear in the 80s, my mother actually was talking about sleeper cells. Something to that effect. This is old hat. They've been here for decades, man. This ain't something new. Of course, over the last 4 years of Beijing Joe Biden's shitty watch. You know, the border's wide open, so we have, I would venture to say, sleeper cells from a lot of countries that don't like us. Cartels and all that. The government knows that. They don't know that? Yeah. Look, guys, this is all done on purpose. It's the way it has to be, they said. It's the only way to bring in the New World Order. It ain't Iranians. How many Iranians came through the border to make sleeper cells? I'm sure there are some. But it ain't just Iranians. It cannot be. It's multiple. It's bastards from multiple countries that were allowed in here. I mean, we have the United Nations here. The United Nations is not for America, but yet they're in New York, right? What are they doing here? Remember, John Hagee said, "Get the UN out of get America out of the UN." And get the UN out of America. I'll never forget he said that, and I was like, yeah, that's true. But they're still here. They're here, it's all here. But it's just Iranian sleeper cells, so let's listen.
They try to hit us back. Have you been briefed about how many Iran sleeper cells there could be inside the U.S. right now?
I have been, and a lot of people came in through Biden with this stupid open border.
That's true.
But we know where most of them are. We've got our eye on all of them, I think.
If it doesn't...
Well, first of all, you think? First of all, if you got your eye on them, how about you got... What time out? You got sleeper cells here? We have an eye on them? You just keeping your eye on them? That's what I got for you. Guys, be ready.